Welcome back to our channel where we share insight from the Bible. Today, we unveil the story of a young shepherd named David, who dares to challenge the fiercest warrior of the Philistines, Goliath. Brace yourself for an epic tale of bravery, unwavering belief, and an underdog's victory against overwhelming odds. Take a look at this video for great insight on David and Goliath. In the quiet hills of Bethlehem, the sound of bleating sheep was a constant melody. Here, among the rolling pastures, David, the youngest son of Jesse, spent his days as a shepherd. Though just a boy, his eyes held a depth beyond his years, a silent promise of greatness yet to come. David's world was simple and humble. He rose with the sun, leading his flock to the verdant meadows where they could graze. He knew each of his sheep by name, their unique quirks and needs. His connection with them was profound. He was their guardian, their protector. While his older brothers trained as soldiers in King Saul's army, David's battlefield was here, defending his flock from prowling lions and bears. One morning, as the mist still clung to the grass, David stood on a hill, his gaze sweeping over the landscape. He was a picture of serenity, a young shepherd lost in the rhythm of his duties. Yet, beneath this calm exterior, there was a spark, a fierce determination that set him apart. His father saw it, his brothers ignored it, but David felt it, an unyielding call to something greater. The stories of the great battles fought by his ancestors fascinated David. He would often sit under the old olive tree, listening to the elders recounting tales of Joshua, Samson, and other heroes. These stories ignited a fire within him. He believed that even a shepherd could be called to greatness, for it wasn't the stature of a man that defined his destiny but the strength of his spirit and faith. One day, as he was tending to his flock, a messenger arrived with news from the battlefield. The Israelites were facing a dire threat from the Philistines, led by a giant named Goliath. Goliath's taunts echoed through the valley, striking fear into the hearts of Saul's soldiers. David's brothers were among those cowering in the face of this towering adversary. As David listened to the messenger, something stirred deep within him. He couldn't bear the thought of his people living in fear, their spirits crushed by this giant's arrogance. When David arrived, he saw the fear in the eyes of Israel's soldiers, his own brothers included. The battlefield was a tense standoff. The Israelite and Philistine armies faced off, their banners flying high under the scorching sun. Goliath, a towering giant in full armor, stepped forward, his voice booming across the valley. "Send out your strongest warrior to fight me. If he wins, we will be your servants. But if I win, you will be ours." Goliath's challenge hung in the air, a menacing threat that sent shivers down the spine of every Israelite. Inside King Saul's tent, the atmosphere was thick with worry. The king and his advisors were at a loss, their hopes dwindling with each passing moment. Then, with a sense of purpose and calm, David entered the tent. "I will fight Goliath," David declared, his voice steady and unwavering. King Saul and his advisors looked at the young shepherd, disbelief etched on their faces. "You're just a boy. How can you fight a giant?" Saul asked, his concern evident. David met the king's gaze with confidence. "The Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and the bear will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine." Saul, with no other options, reluctantly agreed. Clad in his simple shepherd's garb, David stepped onto the battlefield. The sight of the giant Goliath was formidable, but David's faith was unshakable. As Goliath mocked and taunted, David remained calm, his grip firm on the sling. With a silent prayer, David launched a stone at the giant. It struck with divine accuracy, sinking into Goliath's forehead. The mighty warrior fell, his defeat echoing through the valley. David had done the impossible, his determination and faith prevailing over sheer strength. The shepherd boy had become a hero, his name etched into the annals of history. From that day on, David's life would never be the same, for he had proven that true strength lies not in one's size, but in one's heart and unwavering faith.